Привет, and welcome to Simply Quickly Russian channel, place where my comrades and I will show you how to cook traditional Russian food, which we're gonna feed to an American and see if he survives after eating it. Welcome to episode 2 of American trying Russian food while being blindfolded and trying to guess what it's made of. This time we won't have a recipe below, since today our guest will be trying a dish that we have bought at the store. It seems like our patient survived after eating syrniki at the first episode, and now he is ready to challenge again. Since you know all the rules, let's get into this. Are you ready?
Absolutely. That's good.
Okay.
It smells like chocolate.
Well, duh.
Is this a Russian version of Hershey's?
We will see. How does it taste like?
If I'm being completely honest, it tastes like a Hershey's chocolate bar kind of. The textures are very similar, like the hard and like kind of like a hard chocolate outside, and in the middle it's a little bit softer when you start chewing it, and it just breaks down in your mouth. One of the more sweeter chocolates that I've tried. I'm not a huge fan of really sweet chocolates, but if the viewers at home like sweet chocolate, I can't see what it is right now, but definitely go get some of this because you'll like it a lot.
Here's our next sample. Is it the same sweetness?
No. This one is most definitely a little bit less sweeter. It's not as sweet as the other one. It smelled like dark chocolate. The other one smelled a little bit more like milk chocolate, a little bit more sweeter. Different texture. This one was a little different shape, and it was not as hard, but you could feel like kind of like a sharpness to it. Not sharp that's cut you, just like a sharpness, and then you bite it and it just melts in your mouth as well, which is really good.
Tell me which one you would buy.
To be honest, I'm not a big fan of the darker, the less sweet one. Yeah, it's less sweet how my preference is, but I will go with the first one.
So the first one was Hershey's and the second one was Alyonka.
I think it's really cool that Russia has their own version of what we eat here in the States.
Now let's get into history. Since Alyonka for Russians, it's like Hershey's for Americans. It became a classic. At the beginning of the 1960s, in the USSR, confectioners were challenged with creating milk chocolate, which can be mass-produced for a fairly cheap price. At that point in the country, dark chocolate dominated the market, since it was easier to make, but not everyone enjoyed the bitterness. Many different corporations started experimenting with ingredients, which lasted for a few years before a company called Krasny Oktyabr became the first to finally develop the perfect tasting recipe in 1964 that still lives on. Nowadays, it's very hard to find a Russian that never tried this chocolate. Just like syrniki from our previous episode, Alyonka became a national classic due to its unique taste and cheap price. Personally, when I was a kid, I could easily eat this whole bar or even two without noticing. It was very addictive. So, before we let you go, I have one last question for you. Did your opinion or perspective change about this chocolate after learning all of this?
Being American, I just like the texture more of the Hershey's. For me, this one was just a little bit too rich for my liking, but definitely if you like richness, definitely go with this one over this one. They both melt in your mouth, which I do love. They're both really good. I'll definitely eat that one again someday if I ever come across it, same as Hershey's.
Yeah, I totally understand you, because I think when you get used to something, especially from your childhood, you will like it more than anything else that you try when you...
Yeah, these taste better because they were kind of sneaky ones I took from my parents growing up, so they were like, it was like Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it's also like when you eat this and you feel this taste, it reminds you about your childhood, so you have some memories, flashbacks. That's why I also think, for me, I like more Alyonka, and that's why I understand why you like more Hershey's. Well, this is it for now, so stay tuned for more amazing Russian foods. See you!